Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here. Now our first story of today comes from the YouTuber Boogie2988. Now Boogie has been in the YouTube community for a long time now. He's a very popular YouTuber, but he's had his fair share of controversies. And there's been quite a few YouTubers who have made videos criticizing Boogie for some of the things that he said on his stream. And just a few months ago, another YouTuber known as Frank Hassel had shown up on Boogie's own property. And then Boogie himself came outside and pointed his gun at Frank and then shot a warning shot up into the air. Okay, this was a huge story a few months ago, and a lot of YouTubers talked about this. You had a lot of articles that came out about this. This was definitely one of the most serious situations to happen between YouTubers back in 2020, and there was very mixed feedback on this whole incident with Boogie. There were viewers who were defending Boogie, saying that Frank Hassel had been harassing him on social media, and then he showed up to his property, so Boogie had the right to fear for his life. But there definitely was viewers and YouTubers that were upset with Boogie over this, because they felt like it was messed up that he fired the warning shot in the air and pointed his gun at Frank Hassel. They felt like this was being very reckless, especially because if you fire a warning shot in the air, the bullet has to come down somewhere, so it could have hurt someone else. Well, the local police department in Boogie's area had actually said that they were investigating the whole incident between Boogie and this other YouTuber, and people thought that Boogie was going to get charged back in 2020, but nothing happened until just last night. It's come out that the Arkansas police in Boogie's area have actually set out a warrant for his arrest, so he will actually be arrested if they find him. And Boogie himself says that this has to do with the Frank Hassel situation that happened a few months ago. So because he fired this warning shot in the air, because he pointed his gun at Frank Hassel, he is now being charged with aggravated assault, and the bond is set at $5,000. Now Boogie is saying that he will cooperate with the police in his area, and he is going to turn himself in a few days, so obviously he is not going to run from the police or anything like that. Boogie tweeted out last night saying, "So news circulating around me. I can't really comment for obvious reasons. Thank you for anyone who supports me in this situation though. I'm gonna do the right thing and do it by the book. Glad to cooperate with the authorities. Heading home today to do so." He then tweeted out this morning saying, "I just want to thank those of you who have supported me at one time or another over the years. Bigger thank you to those who support me still now and with what's going on. Thanks for watching. I love you very much and will speak with you again soon." This has nothing to do with suicide or anything for those who might think that. I'm just logging off of social media for a few days to resolve all of that cop stuff. Now the next story for today's video comes from the Twitch streamer and YouTuber known as Adin Ross. Now some of you guys might have watched his streams or videos before. He makes a lot of videos with the big YouTuber Zik, and Adin himself is a very popular YouTuber. People love his streams and videos. Well, he tweeted out last night saying that he has a crazy announcement today. He says, "I have a really crazy announcement today. I'm excited as fuck to do this. I'll be the first Twitch streamer to ever do this. I want to go live early today. As soon as this tweet hits 20,000 likes, I'll go live and announce this." So this tweet hit 20,000 likes very fast, and just today he announced that he is donating 20% of all of his Twitch revenue to charity. That's right, Adin says here that he'll be donating 10% of all of his Twitch revenue to the LGBTQ community, and that the other 10% is going to be given to an organization chosen by his own viewers.
I want to say one thing. So I want to take 10% of my own percentage, so a total of 20%, right? I'm going to donate 10% to every month without you guys voting and choosing. I'm going to take 10% of all Twitch revenue and donate to the LGBTQ community. And you guys and us as a community, we're going to all vote to the other 10% to vote to another type of community. So 20% of all my Twitch money, we will be voting to charity, bro. And you guys are going to help me decide which charity to vote to. You know what I mean? So
we've seen other streamers do similar things like this before, where they will give a certain amount of their money to charity, but we've never seen a streamer give up such a huge percentage for so long to charity like this. And this might even encourage other big streamers to give away a percentage of their Twitch revenue to charity. Now the next story for our video today comes from the massive YouTuber James Charles. So I'm sure at this point you guys know what's happened with James Charles over the past few months, but if you don't know, James Charles has been under a lot of controversy, and this is because he has been facing allegations from different people on TikTok and social media saying that he actually inappropriately messaged them when they were underage. Now, James claimed here that he didn't know the kid's real age when they were texting each other. I mean, this was a huge deal. James is one of the biggest creators on YouTube, and YouTube themselves even demonetized his entire channel over this. Well, it looks like James Charles is going to be in even more controversy, because just last night he posted a video to his Twitter account where he says here that one of his former employees is actually suing him, and now apparently she's blackmailing him. This video has over 1 million views on Twitter in less than a day. Just watch this.
I've been quiet online, but things behind the scenes have not been so quiet. There's a lot going on, and I currently feel as though the situation that I was in is being taken advantage of, and I feel as though I'm being blackmailed, which is why I wanted to film this video today. For the last 2 years now, I've been dealing with an ongoing lawsuit from one of my previous employees. This is something that I have never spoken about, I've never mentioned, because I wanted to keep it private out of respect for her, and the fact that it's literally an ongoing litigation, but she's now speaking about it, which is just perfect time considering everything else that's going on. Basically, when I was 18, I moved to LA. I was living in my downtown apartment, as you guys know, and my YouTube channel was just starting to take off. I was filming and editing 3 videos a week by myself for my channel, and I really just wanted help, so I hired an editor. This person worked for me and then was later promoted to my producer, which means she was no longer editing, she was helping me film videos and was like my right-hand person for a salary of $72,000 a year. She only worked for me for about 6 months and then was let go, and now I am being sued. The suit is all online. You can read through it if you really want to, but it basically alleges that she was wrongfully terminated, overworked, and underpaid, all of which are untrue. I have a very, very small team. I've always had a small team. There are not many ex-employees because most of my team members have been with me for a really long time now. My team is like family to me. I love them all so much. You guys know a lot of them from being in the background of my YouTube videos, and I stand behind the fact that they are very, very well taken care of. The fact that this is like even attempting to become a narrative, it makes me feel like sick to my stomach because it is wildly, wildly untrue, and I am so grateful for the people around me. The case also kind of makes it seem like she's just trying to get back like the wages that she feels like she should have been paid for her work, which I wish were the truth, because in reality, this suit is actually for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Now, James also says here that he was going to settle the lawsuit with her and essentially just pay her off, but he says that he's no longer going to settle this and he's going to actually fight it because he claims that she is going to spread misinformation about him online.
This past week, I was reached out to for comment about a news article that is coming soon, and I learned that she is talking to the press about this lawsuit and what it was like to work for me as an employee. However, she's adding a ton of absolutely ridiculous, absurd, untrue, defamatory, just the craziest claims you could ever imagine. And in my opinion, it's an attempt to pressure me into making a much, much higher settlement offer. Once again, I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. These claims range everything from I was so lazy, she had to force me to get out of my bed and brush my teeth, and without her, I would have never made a single video or a single dollar. But also things much more serious and disgusting, such as that I used to say the N-word around her all the time.
Now, over the past few days, James Charles has received even more backlash because people were claiming that his old burner account on Twitter had actually tweeted out the N-word multiple times. And people even showed that in some of James's older videos, he had put this Twitter account in the description. So it really looked like he was linked with this Twitter account where it had said the N-word. Well, James brought this up in the video here, and he claims that this old account was apparently hacked.
This is just perfect, convenient timing as well, considering this past weekend, my old Twitter account, which I have not accessed since 2016, and only has one tweet, I guess was hacked last year, and the hacker publicly tweeted somebody the N-word, and people actually thought that it was me.
So obviously everyone has been talking about this huge response video from James Charles. Tons of YouTubers have been making videos on this today, and the video itself is getting very mixed feedback from both viewers and creators. You have a lot of viewers here saying that they feel like James Charles is glossing over the sexual misconduct allegations that people have been talking about for the last few months. One person responded saying James Charles is acting like this lawsuit is worse than being a predator for 7 minutes straight. Now, the YouTuber Ethan Klein from H3H3 responded to James here saying, "Wow, that's so crazy, man. Imagine if she accused you of sexting minors." And there is a huge debate in the community right now over if James Charles is really telling us the truth in this video. And is this person who is suing him trying to blackmail him? Because if you look at some of her older tweets, it looked like she was bragging about having this lawsuit against James Charles. So as of right now, I've seen YouTubers and viewers on both sides. You have some YouTubers saying that James Charles really is being blackmailed, but there also are YouTubers that are saying that James Charles is lying. And our next story for today comes from Ethan Klein from H3H3. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ethan Klein was recently sued from Jake Paul's event organizer known as Triller. Now, this was because Ethan said that he had pirated the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren pay-per-view on his own podcast. So they actually went after him for this and they tried suing him. And apparently this was going to be a huge lawsuit where he could have owed hundreds of thousands of dollars to Triller. And in our last video, we talked about Triller had dropped this lawsuit and how Ethan was not going to get sued anymore. Well, it turns out that Ethan is still going to get sued. Now, the judge might have thrown out Triller's first lawsuit, but Triller is still going after Ethan, they have refiled their lawsuit again. So Triller is not giving up on suing H3H3 for pirating the Ben Askren versus Jake Paul fight. And our final story here comes from Floyd Mayweather and the Paul brothers. So just a few days ago, Logan Paul had a press conference with Floyd Mayweather, and Jake Paul had an altercation with Floyd at this press conference where he tried taking and stealing Floyd Mayweather's hat. Now, Floyd and his security team beat up on Jake Paul. This was a crazy situation. I mean, everyone was talking about this. Even Conor McGregor came out and spoke on this. Well, after this altercation happened, Floyd Mayweather had said here that he wanted to kill the Paul brothers.
Kill that motherfucker! When I catch you, motherfucker, I kill you, motherfucker! You crazy? I know the fuck they playing with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker.
So Logan Paul is actually taking this threat from Floyd seriously, and he has decided to hire 24/7 security to protect him at all times from Floyd and his team.
Are you guys taking precautions? Because
yeah.
yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Security?
Obviously. Yeah, everywhere at all times. Dog, when you have a guy with the resources and wealth that Floyd Mayweather has and the connection in the network, and he's saying shit like, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Kill? Death? You gonna kill my brother over a fucking hat? Yeah, we take that shit seriously, man.
And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.